Hi everyone, my name is Mark Hardwick. I'm a specialist child abuse investigator and the MD of The Guardian, which is a specialist child protection company. I did a video last week which got over 10,000 views, just chatting to parents around what they could be doing better to ensure that kids are using PPEs correctly when they go back to school. This message is to teachers now, and understanding that kids are coming back to school from next week, and in coming back to school, they're coming back with so many more issues than they may have left with. If we look at the statistics on these issues, Childline Gauteng have said that they have received 400% more counselling requests over this last period in comparison to the same period last year. That means that kids with with needs in this space of trauma, there's 400% increase. And that is around everything from sexual assault, domestic violence, cutting, depression. There are so many challenges that kids were facing prior to all of this. Now we couple that with the fact that there's traumas that kids are experiencing now, and these are not necessarily traumas coming from, dysfunctional families, which people may start defining it as. But the reality is kids are hearing conversations in completely functional families between mom and dad. Conversations like, there's going to be no more money. Mom or dad has lost their job. We are sitting in a place right now where our unemployment level in South Africa is double what it was prior to this, which basically means that there is so many families that have got traumas that were not even considered prior to this. Now, come next week, children are going back to school. Children come from all different spectrums, from different walks of life. And even if you are coming from a home, if a child is coming from a home where mom and dad have weathered this thing, their companies have weathered this thing, and money isn't as huge an issue as it is in some families, they're going to be engaging with kids whose parents have had those conversations and are scared and are in a fearful place. Additionally, when we look at those challenges, there's the concerns around the actual sickness. There's concerns around the fact that what happens if granny or grandpa get this sickness? Are they going to make it? Are they possibly going to die? What if mom or dad gets this thing? What does my future look like? Kids are going to be worried about things that they have never certainly in our history ever had to worry about. And now they're going back, 20 plus kids, 30 in some circumstances, kids in front of teachers who have got so many concerns. And I think it's vital that teachers are equipped with the tools to have those conversations, to have those lessons that allow them to be talking into what is real. Where should we be concerned? How can we alleviate those concerns? Because there's so much misinformation out there, and kids are going to be hearing that. Then on the playground, those kids who have heard misinformation, possibly from their parents or from the internet, are talking to other kids. And next thing, we're sitting with nightmares. We're sitting with huge, challenging problems. So what I'd like to do is that I'd like to invite all teachers, or anybody for that matter, but primarily teachers, to join us on Friday at 11 o'clock. We're going to have a Zoom session. We're going to be talking into how the traumas of this pandemic has impacted and what is actually happening, and how do we deal with those traumas? How do we deal with those fears that kids have got? Excuse me. We're also going to be dealing with if a child comes and makes a disclosure of a crime that needs to be forensically tested, a crime that's going to end up in court, do the teachers have the tools to ensure that when they capture that evidence, or when they capture that statement, when they speak to that child, are they doing what is correct, both from a forensic perspective and from a therapeutic perspective? And so we're going to be giving those tools out. So coming out of that, teachers are hopefully in a better place to firstly deal with the forensic challenges that may arise, but also to deal with the fears that may arise as a result of the circumstance that has presented itself across the world, and certainly within this country, and then, within the homes that kids are coming from. So I'd like to invite you to join us. We would like to put an invitation out to grade 12 and grade 7 teachers for them to join this Friday. Obviously, the invite is open to anybody, but more importantly, those two, because obviously they're going back to school primarily on Monday. and for them to receive those tools, sooner rather. We will be doing more of these. There is a charge. It's going to cost 150 Rand for the session. But I think the session is vital. I think it's important that we hear the information and that we're in a place where we're equipped to have those conversations. We're talking to schools about assisting them to become compliant from a masks perspective, from ensuring that they've got, the right communication going out, the posters. We're doing all of that stuff already. But there is another side to it, and that is the education side. Do teachers have the tools they need to speak to the kids? And are kids going to be able to receive that information? And when they're traumatized, are there tools to deal with, that traumatized child or children? Is the stuff that's being discussed on the playground, is it correct? Or does it come from one of these terrible videos that have been created just so that people can spread false information? It's important that this information gets out. So I'd like to put out this invite to anybody. Like I said, if you want to join us, drop an email to admin@theguardian.co.za, and we will send you through the link that will allow you to join in on Friday at 11 o'clock. And then I finally want to finish off by saying, to the teachers, God bless you. You're going into something now. You're going to be on the front line of it. You're going to be pivotal, cornerstone in how this thing goes forward. And you're going to play such a significant role in the furthering of our kids, how they deal with this thing, how they remember this thing, how this thing plays out. And so secondly, I want to say that if there is any teachers out there that are looking for assistance or wanting to have a chat, please feel free to give us a call. Alternatively, please share this video, get it out to as many people and specifically teachers as possible. And we honestly look forward to seeing you on Friday. So drop us a line and we'll see you then. Thanks,